All right, doing a quick video here on chapter 5.7, some inverse trig. This is the end of our chapter 5 unit on transcendentals. The formula gets a little bit, I don't know if complicated is the right word, confusing. All of that could be applied here. So the purple formula is the sort of the textbook version, or if you're looking for how these parts sort of move together, that's the one that's provided. But I'm finding that it's very deceptive here because they don't account for any sort of chain rule or U substitution, or whatever method you're sort of thinking. I understand chain rule goes with a derivative, but that U substitution is really not involved. So I wanted to go through a problem, quote unquote, the long way, to make sure that we're sort of following why it is what it is and things like that. So I guess going backwards, if we started with the arctangent of x and we wanted to take the derivative of your arctan, we're going to have 1 over 1 plus x squared. Okay, so I'm just noting that so that we take note of this 1 that is already there. So if we want to make the pieces match exactly, then we really want a 1 in front. And then our x, quote unquote, is our variable term in the back here. So technically the 9 is in the way as well. So we're going to move the 4 and the 9. And we're going to try to do that simultaneously here. Again, I don't know why I didn't realize I wrote dx twice here. So I usually like the 1 on the top and the dx on the right. Okay, so then if I wanted to ensure that this first position here was a 1, then I got to be factoring out a 4. But if I factor out a 4, it's got to come out of both terms. So if I'm factoring out a 4, right, I know I'm going to have a 1 there. If I'm factoring out a 4, then there's got to be a 4 in that denominator. So if I decided to redistribute, right, it would return back to that 9x squared. All right, but like we said, we also wanted to work with that constant in front of that x squared term. So if I wanted to remove that as well, I'd have to be doing some more factoring, moving some more of the pieces around to make that happen. All right, so these are all choices we can make as we go through the process here. So for us here, let's say I'm going to use the side here to continue my process. I think I would let u equal, see, I don't want to do the whole thing here because I want to make sure it's a u squared. So I realize if I take the square root of my value altogether, then I know that when I square my u, it's going to fulfill that position. All right, and when I do my u substitutions, I like to do my force, my constant, and then counter with the opposite, the reciprocal value. All right, so now with what we've done so far, I've got my 2/3 on the outside. I've got my 1. Right, we've got a 4 in the denominator, which is also a constant, so we can factor that 1/4 out. And then that would leave me with 1 plus my quantity u squared. And then that would be a du. So now we are set up. This looks pretty much identical now to my arctangent derivative. So now when I go ahead and simplify my constants out in front, I can simplify, call that a 1, call that a 2. So I'm going to have my 1/6 tangent inverse, or arc tangent of u plus c, and then I can back substitute that as well to go back into the x variable of 3/2 x plus c. Okay, so now we're going to double check here. So I'm going to rewrite my formula from up above there. So it says if I have 1 over a squared plus u squared du, then I should have 1 over a arctangent or tangent inverse of u over a plus c. So now let's double check our u's and our a's here. So from the original problem, my a would have been a 2, and then my u, if we're looking for quantity squared there, then my u would have been a 3. All right, so then based on that formula here, I should have 1 over 2 arctangent of 3 over 2. And the u has an x, right? It's implied because it's u squared. So I guess this would be my 3x here. So let's get our x input variable in there as well. Okay, so now let's double check here. So all I'm going to do right now is compare these two results. So I've got my arctangent, tangent inverse, means the same thing. I don't know why I wrote inverse tangent one time and arctangent the other, but note the difference in the constant in front. By doing the u substitution to make it match, that the idea that my u is really 3x, in order to manipulate that the constant there of 3, it did not get placed in to my denominator. It's almost like it was just forgotten. They use u for the chain rule or u substitution purposes instead of x. I'd almost prefer that they just left it as an x and you just remember to work with your u sub as well. So do not think this is a cookie cutter, just place it in and drop. If that argument there with the variable is going to need a u substitution, you need to think through that process to ensure that that constant is correct. The rest of it will be fine, but we're just concerned about that constant.